What is going on, guys? This is All Gaming with my review of Bleach chapter 575. And this chapter, it was definitely interesting because we actually see Gremmy here. He is now kind of like lost it a little bit, and he now wants to wipe out Kenpachi completely. So that right there was definitely awesome to see that Kenpachi is kind of bringing out like this killer urge inside of him. But we see now that the chapter itself, it starts off from last week where we saw Gremmy here. He's like some kind of like metal pillar or something, and Kenpachi, just cuts right through it, and he actually tried to cut down Gremmy again, but we see now that he just dodges Kenpachi's sword, and the fortress now that Gremmy has made here, it is now mostly destroyed, so we can see now that Kenpachi, destructive power, it is definitely still there, so that right there is like freaking amazing. And so now we go back to this Quincy. I forgot who his name is, but I do recall that he is the one that Mayuri was actually going to fight. And we see that this Quincy had actually, ran from that fight because Mayuri here would not walk into his zone where his power would actually work. But we see now that, he's just watching the battle between Gremmy and Kenpachi. And we see now that he's actually, impressed that Kenpachi can actually fight on par with Gremmy. And so then we have like another Quincy, appearing out of nowhere. I believe his name was like Pepe. Hopefully I'm saying that right. But these two here, for like the main part, that they appeared, they were just hyping up Gremmy. And I do wonder, if all this hype for this character, or for the battle overall, is it really going to be worth it? And Pepe here, for some reason, I did not really see him as, one of Quincy's you'll see fighting. I see him more like some kind of advisor for, for Juha. So the fact that he's on the battlefield, it does make me wonder, who in the world is he going to fight? Because for some reason, I'm going through all the captains or possible people that actually get involved in the war, and for some reason, I cannot really see anybody, fighting this character. So it actually will be pretty interesting when we do see somebody fight him. But we see now that both of them, they actually want to get away from here because the fact that they can see, Gremmy fighting, that means that they still are at a safe distance. And now we see that, Pepe here, he's actually a lot stronger than he might look because we have this Quincy, saying, well, we have Pepe here who actually called, Kenpachi a monster. And we have the other Quincy saying that, it takes one to know one. So Pepe here might actually be a lot more powerful than he actually looks. So I do kind of want to see him fight. And I do think that would be interesting. But I feel like, that right there can wait. And now we see that you got the Quincy that's leaving. We see now that, it's almost as if he almost, scared of Gremmy, which I guess, kind of makes sense since he apparently, had the name of being the strongest. But now we see that, Yachiru here, she's alright, and Kenpachi can actually still sense the spiritual pressure or, spirit energy of Isane. So he actually tells Yachiru to actually go down there and get her arm fixed up. And now with her gone, Kenpachi can now fight without having to worry about her safety. But I do wonder, will Gremmy go after her again? Because it is possible that he could somehow bring her back up here so that Kenpachi could be distracted. But it is awesome, how Kenpachi was like definitely still looking out for her because he was saying that he could not let Gremmy powers of imagination still, go on without her. So that right there was awesome. But it seems that the main reason why Kenpachi did this, even though it was to protect, Yachiru, he had really wanted to get this fight started. Because he was saying that anybody that gets distracted, while not focusing on their opponent, he cannot call that a fight. So now he wants things to get serious, and he actually wants to take Gremmy down because he did say that he's the most powerful Quincy out there, besides Juha, of course. And so now we see that his words here, it kind of like triggers something in Gremmy, and we see now that they're fighting again, and we see now that Gremmy here, he's like raising the earth itself so that he can attack Kenpachi with it, and we see now that it's not really doing no effect to him because we all know that Kenpachi is a beast, so it's definitely going to take a lot more of this to bring him down, and that right there is awesome. But now we have Gremmy here, who's actually, thinking back and reflecting on the words that Kenpachi said. And he said, because that he always been the strongest, he had never considered a thought about, completely killing somebody or beating them into submission. But for some reason now, when like facing Kenpachi, he gets this powerful urge that it's so overwhelming that all he wants to do is just wipe Kenpachi out into oblivion, and you can just see on that look on his face that he's actually pretty serious about that. So that right there, was like pretty cool. I am glad to see that Gremmy is kind of like getting worked up, and he's actually enjoying himself. And so we see now that he summons all of these guns around him, and it's definitely a lot. And he did not even stop there, because after he shot all those guns, he also had created these missiles as well. And we see now that one of them actually got cut in half by Kenpachi. And so now we see for the first time, Gremmy here, he actually pulled out his hands from his pockets, because I did notice that he always had them in his pockets, and now he like finally pulled them out. So I'm not sure if that right there could be a sign that he's in trouble, or maybe he gets so into it that he might be using his powers to wipe out anything that could like really hurt him. But we see now Kenpachi, we see him come out the smoke, and he does look a little hurt, but not really. And we see now that his sword, his Zanpakuto, it's actually now really happy. So we might see a Shikai pretty soon. I still don't believe that we'll see a Bankai, but a Shikai would like definitely be awesome. But overall, the chapter, it was still build up, but I did enjoy it. Now I do wish we got more. I definitely wish that, because I do want Kenpachi, to hurry up and show us exactly the power that he gained from killing Hana. So I do want to see a Shikai soon. I still don't believe that he has a Bankai, because that right there would be like way too soon. But a Shikai, I definitely know that he has that. So I really want to see it. But like I said, the chapter, it went pretty good to me. So I'll give it like a 7.5 when it comes to the rating. I'll give it that, or maybe like a 6.5. But please let me know what you guys thought, because I'm pretty sure that like some people might find this fight like starting to become a little boring, because it is just build up for now. We aren't really seeing anything new or exciting, so I can see why some people might find it boring. But overall, I'm still enjoying this a lot. But as always, please do not forget to like the video and subscribe, because that really helps me out. And you guys take it easy, and I will see you all next time.